Hangtime is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Thanks for locking on to another edition of State Champs Hangtime Indiana. This show is for the high school boys basketball fan, and with sectional pairings being announced this weekend, I think we have a pretty good idea on who the powerhouses are here in 2020. Greg Rakestraw and Bob Stambazze will be along shortly to give you their analysis on teams and more. Hangtime is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Over 26 NAIA level varsity programs at LTU. Great education and even better college experience. Recruit yourself. It's easy. Go to LTUathletics.com. We got some great highlights on the show this week, and we start with a barn burner.
I'm Chuck Pellerito, and we've got a top 15 matchup to start things off. The Greyhounds from Carmel came in ranked 8th. They travel to Hamilton Southeastern to take on the 15th ranked Royals. Carmel, winners of 5 of the last 6, get us going in this one. Connor Gaioa fights his way into the paint and goes off glass to start things off. HSE responds right back with authority. The big 7'2" senior, Maber Majak, gets the ball deep and slams it home. The Greyhounds were up 16-8 after 1. Second quarter, and the Royals working to cut into that lead. John McCall gets it over to Vinny Busila in the corner, and he'll nail the long gun. Greyhounds come right back. Pete Sutter gets the steal, and they work it around the perimeter to Jackson Jansen. He'll hit a 3 of his own. At the break, Carmel was up 5, 34-29. But the Royals come out hot after the intermission. DeAndre Rode going to get the pilfer and the nice lay-in. And check out the big man Majak doing work in the paint. He'll get the lefty hook to fall. He led the way for the Royals with 14 points. Carmel not going to go away quietly, though. 4 minutes to go and up by 1. Gaioa working the baseline, kicks it out to Brian Waddle, and he'll drain a long ball. But with under a minute to go, Royals trailing by 2. Greyhounds missed a free throw, giving the Royals a chance, and Busila drives and gets the bucket and 1. He'll drain the free throw and the Royals take the lead. It would be just enough as Hamilton Southeastern wins this one over Carmel in dramatic fashion, 62-61 the final score.
I'm Glenn Marini in the Fort Wayne area. Big matchup in the Fort. 4A number 14 Snyder, 3A number 14 Bishop Luers. First quarter, you're going to see Snyder with the ball. It's the senior Dylan Duff slinging it to his partner in crime, Michael Ely. The junior drills the 3 as Ely was cooking early. The Panthers jump out to a 7-zip lead to start the game. End of the first, Nick Thompson driving in for Luers. Up and good, the foul is called. The freshman cutting the Panthers' lead to just single digits at that point. Second quarter action, Jalen Causey showing his range. The senior splashing from 3 as the Knights go up by 1 with under 2 minutes to go before half. But Snyder would have the last laugh, at least to the first half. Ely, the acrobat, throwing it down as the Panthers led by 1 at the break, 40-39. Coming out of halftime, DeMarcus Hudson catches the oop. That was student section approved as the Knights now lead by 2. Off the inbound, how about Dylan Duff tapping it in with the left hand? Snyder takes the lead there. Fast break for Luers. John Peterson at the end of the third as Luers popping off in the third to take the largest lead of the game at 63-54. Fourth quarter, that's Nayland Thompson with the bucket. He had 24 points to lead Luers, but Thompson would foul out in the fourth quarter. Knights have to finish without their star. Snyder taking full advantage. Ely to Duff. And you can bet this game is a good one down the stretch. Coach Jeremy Roush liking it. It was tied at 72. Luers would hold on their home court, though. Final seconds, Hudson sinks it as Luers knocks off Snyder 79-74. Here are the game's heroes, Nayland Thompson and DeMarcus Hudson.
The biggest, we just came out, played our game. We had to go hard. We knew we had to get this one after losing that one on Southside on Tuesday. So we just played our game.
It was really big for us. We came out, we were aggressive. We knew we slacked off on Tuesday, and we just wanted to pick up our momentum and keep playing hard and just working on us, and that's what we did tonight. We played us. We scored.
At North Arena, 17-1 Norwell ranked 4th in the 3A state poll. The Knights facing Huntington North. On paper, Norwell should have run away with this one, but no one told Huntington North that. Fourth quarter, after a pair of threes from the Vikings' Zach Hubbard, Norwell up just 3 at 40-37. Hubbard had 15. Knights responding, though, the senior Drew Fetterspiel for 2 as Norwell's lead back up to 5. There was no give up in the Vikings, especially on their home court. The great save eventually gets to Devin Newcomb, 3 of his team-high 16. Norwell's lead cut to just 2, but they go inside to the senior. A team-high 21 points from Will Geiger as the Knights do hold off Huntington North, 49-47 the final. Norwell finishing a perfect 7-0 in conference. They win the league title outright. Here are seniors Will Geiger and Connor Torson, along with head coach Mike McBride.
It's awesome, especially being a senior. I mean, that's just one of the ways I want to end the season. Being conference champs, especially since we haven't done it in at least 10 years, it's a great feeling.
It increases our confidence a lot. It just proves how good we are, and so teams can't take us lightly.
We just have a lot of guys that sacrificed a lot to earn this and to win this. We've had great senior leadership from Will Geiger, Connor Torson, and Drew Fetterspiel, and I'm just so happy for our players.
Huge matchup in 2A. 2 top 10 teams in 2A number 5 Westview at 2A number 7 Prairie Heights. First quarter action, it's Charlie Yoder. LaGrange County's all-time leading scorer drills the 3, and Westview up 16-8 in the early going. Elijah Malone for Prairie Heights, though the 6'8 senior fighting his way for the and one. He had 19 points and 10 boards for Prairie Heights. Then it's fellow Prairie Heights senior Mike Perkins. He's known for his shooting, but he can take it to the 10 as well. He knots it at 16 all, and oh baby, we got a game. How about Brady Yoder? He nails the 3 on the kick out, and Westview up 19-6. Head coach Rob Yoder liking that. How about some more Yoder action? It's Brady Yoder for 3, and then you're going to see Charlie Yoder get the tip in here for Westview as Westview earns a key NECC win, 64-57 at Prairie Heights.
Welcome, it's State Champs Indiana Hangtime, and welcome back to the Baz. Good to see you, my friend.
It's good to be back. Thank you.
And in your honor of your triumphant return, lots of, which it is, there's no doubt about that. Lots of games from Northeastern Indiana, but one from the northeast side of Indianapolis first. Carmel and Hamilton Southeastern played on Friday night. HSE gets a 1-point victory against Carmel. What is the significance of that? Well, HSE is back into the top 10. They've now got a double-digit win streak going, and that is a potential sectional preview. Carmel has had a stranglehold on that sectional. They have won that sectional now 7 of the last 8 years. HSE got it one time back in 2014. Of course, Carmel, during that 8-year run, has made it to Bankers Life Fieldhouse 4 times and won 3 state championships. But I think that sectional 8 this year, Bob, is completely wide open.
I don't disagree with you one bit. And when you look at Carmel, what they've done of late, and I told you that, of course, you got the letter jacket and blanket and everything.
I figured you would assume I had brought it with me.
Yeah, it's a little chilly for you. But I was looking forward to see how the draw is going to come out because the way Carmel's played. I love their size, as you know.
Right.
And this is going to be an interesting matchup.
Carmel is so young. Their losses have been so close as of late. Saw them in mid-January, lost to Cathedral in overtime, a game that they didn't trail in regulation, but it got to overtime and they lost. Took number 2 Lawrence North to a 2-point game on February the 6th, then the 1-point loss against HSE. To Carmel's credit, they bounced back the next day and beat a very good Carroll team. But you've got a Fishers team that just hung with LC on Tuesday night. They haven't won a sectional in the modern history of the school. Westfield has never won a boys basketball sectional. You've got HSE, you've got Carmel. Zionsville comes back into that sectional after 4 years in Lafayette. It could be one of anybody, and I'd almost be stunned if there's a double-digit game in that sectional.
What you're setting the stage for me is maybe one of the most exciting sectionals, seriously, in the state of Indiana, of fun, and go get them because nobody knows.
There's again, the sectional just south of there in Lawrence Central probably has better overall talent, but the sectional in Hamilton County will be just as competitive as the ridiculously tough sectional at Lawrence Central. All right, that's kind of the Central Indiana report for this portion of the program. Now I defer to the senator from Northeast Indiana. Let's start with Snyder and Luers, and you know the Luers program well, as do I. Head coach Fonzo White's a good buddy of mine. Really big win for them against Snyder last weekend.
Yeah, I heard that you went up there and had a great pep talk and really kind of led them to some wins.
It's always easier to have the motivational speech after you get the big win. Made my job easy on Monday.
Well, you talked about the Snyder and Luers game. That game should have been sponsored by K.O. Pecte. There were more runs in this thing than you can imagine. And you think that Luers got out to a 9-0 run, and then they got in some foul trouble, and they came back, and you had the Thompson brothers go off and really lead the way. Then you look over on the Snyder side, two guys had 53 points of their 74. So this was a game of a lot of athleticism, as you're well aware of. But Luers, as I've talked to a lot of people of late, may be the quickest and fastest team in all of Northeast Indiana, and they're starting to really peel down. They had a big win last night in Huntington North too, just not this one, but just to show they get after it.
And I don't think that, again, there's not that much separates what I would call the top 5 in Fort Wayne.
No.
That would be Snyder, Carroll, Homestead, Luers, and Blackhawk.
Yeah.
Now, I named them in that order for a reason, not because I think that's 1 through 5. The first 3, 4A. Luers, 3A. Blackhawk, 2A. So, again, there could be in 3 different branches of the tournament Fort Wayne teams that carry that banner for a few weeks come March.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The sectionals there are going to be exciting. As Blackhawk, they're going to run into a very good Wabash team in section. We're going to get to that in a week or so, but they're sitting right now 15-3. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
All right, want to dedicate more time to Norwell and Huntington North and Westview and Prairie Heights, and we'll do that in our upcoming segment.
What's up, Indiana? Jenna Skelski here. Just letting you know that State Champs is committed to covering all high school sports. We have a brand new show dedicated to the girls' side of the hoops equation, as well as highlights in other sports such as swimming and wrestling. We call it the State Champs Winter Roundup, and it premieres every Friday at 5:30 p.m. Be sure to download our brand new State Champs app and check out our socials so you will never miss a minute.
I admit it, I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Welcome back to Hangtime. Let's head out to the west side for some more action.
I'm Grant Pugh reporting from Terre, Haute, where it's Terre Haute South hosting the Westview Vikings. Third quarter winding down, Cordell Haynes with a kickback over to Capil, ready for 3. Count it at the horn. South is up by 6 after 3 quarters of play. This game would go to overtime. NOT down by 3. It's Caleb Hannas over to Case Lautenslager for the triple. We are all tied up at 47. 2 minutes to go, tied at 47 still. It's Cordell Haynes with a drive and pull up. Braves are back on top, 49-47. Braves inbounding the basketball with seconds left, tied at 49, and a foul is called against Westvigo's Sean Roberts. Amarie Wilson to the line makes both of his free throws, and the Braves grab a 51-49 lead with 14 seconds to go. Westview with a chance to tie it or win it at the end. Here come the Vikings. This pass is tipped and picked off by Brylan Affalone. Vikings turn it over. Affalone makes both of his free throws, and Terre Haute South beats Westview in overtime 53-49. Your final.
I'm John Rawlings from the Evansville area. It is rivalry night at North as Central comes to town. First quarter, Chandler Moore starts out hot. 17 on the night for him as North starts on a 6-0 run. Central responds down low. Marquand Swanigan with the and one opportunity. Bears on the board. Central looking to strike again, but Aiden Blackford has other ideas. Going coast to coast for the steal and the finish. North in front by 6. Central still battling. Swanigan living in the paint. Bears cut the lead in half. Now the Huskies go inside. Tristan Fisher using the pump fake to perfection. He leads North with 18. Now the home team fires from the perimeter. Moore to Dylan McKinney. The triple try ringing true. This one goes to overtime. North wins 68-52. Wrights is on a 5-game winning streak. The Panthers taking on Jeffersonville. Third quarter, Marquand Gibbons battling down low, using the glass to his advantage. Wrights down 3. Moments later, Owen Deese is there to clean up the mess. The junior brings Wrights within 1. With time winding down in the quarter, Jaden McHugh to Ethan Higgs, rising up and burying the buzzer beater. Wrights takes a 1-point lead into the fourth quarter. It's a close game throughout. Deese spots up from deep, down the hatch it goes. This game also goes to overtime, but Wrights falls 70-69. The SIAC also tangles with the PAC, North Posey traveling to Memorial. Midway through the third quarter, Camden Binder with a quick take for 2. North Posey up big, Vikings by 17. Memorial not lying down yet. Great ball movement sets up Andrew Helmrich for the mid-range jumper. Tigers inching closer. Memorial continues to claw its way back. Luke Grader with the tough take for 2 in traffic. Tigers within a baker's dozen, but North Posey was just too strong. Josiah Ricketts with a step back 3 plus the foul. A team high 26 for the Viking. North Posey wins 75-64.
Hey guys, Lauren Plant here, and if you are a high school student and into STEM, I want you to consider Lawrence Technological University. One example, the $17 million Topman complex is home to the Marburger STEM Center. This nearly 40,000 square foot 3-story structure links the existing science and engineering buildings. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics has been part of Lawrence Technological University's DNA since the university was founded in 1932. The university's Marburger STEM Center supports LTU's offering of STEM leading education on campus and beyond. Get more info on the incredible Topman complex and how this addition on campus is leading the way in technology-based education. Visit LTU's academics website at ltu.edu/academics.
Back on State Champs Indiana Hangtime alongside Bob Stambazze, Greg Rakestraw with you. So much good stuff in the first segment. We didn't get to all the games we hope to recap in segment number 1. Let's do that in segment number 2. You referenced Huntington North. They had a difficult schedule over the last 7 days. And Norwell as a team that has been firmly entrenched these last few weeks as number 4 in Class 3A. They've lost just one time all year.
Well, my alma mater and where I played, Huntington North, they took on Norwell, which is just to the east. And matter of fact, Norwell School District runs right through Huntington County School District. And so that is a rivalry that has developed and turned into a dandy. But Norwell comes in and gets a big 49-47 win over Huntington North. And when you look at this setup, both teams play exceptional defense. And Norwell comes in there, one loss, they're 18-1, and Coach McBride, who was up at Cherubusco, by the way, their team's playing really well now, has these kids, and they have a Geiger kid for Norwell that's exceptional. The big knock, now is there a knock on a team that's lost one game? I don't know, but the big knock is they're not quick of foot. And if they get up against a quick team, it'll be interesting to see the challenge, but boy, do they shoot the ball. Something you'd really like to see, they shoot the ball well.
But let's talk about it. Frankly, the 3A bracket is heavily weighted to the south in terms of the ranked teams. Norwell is number 4, but they're the highest rated team in the northern half of the bracket. Silver Creek number 1, Heritage Hills number 2, or Danville number 2, Heritage Hills number 3. Silver Creek, Heritage Hills, and Greensburg, who is 5th, are all in the same regional, in the far southern regional in 3A. Norwell's one loss is to Mishawaka Marion, who is a team they would see not in their sectional, but potentially regional or semi-state.
Well, you also look at they squeaked by Luers, right, 69-62. So that's going to be a rematch. It's setting right there that could be exciting.
And if they're not quick, that's what Luers has in droves, which could make for a very interesting rematch at some point in time during the tournament. Now, that's kind of in 3A. In 2A, all of our focus, other than, say, Blackhawk in northern Indiana, has been on that Northeast Corner Conference, has been Westview, Prairie Heights. They played to a fantastic game in a full house over the course of the weekend.
Well, Prairie Heights got a little size on the outside, but you go into Westview, which is up in beautiful, scenic Topeka, Indiana.
Which is basically in Michigan, yes.
Yeah, out in the middle of the cornfield,
right? Over there.
You can. But you look at them, it's law firm of Yoder & Yoder. I mean, the one Yoder, Rob just scores his 2,000th point, and Coach Yoder just gets. We talk about reloading. This is a program that expects the kids to step in and play.
Well, Charlie was the leading scorer last year. He probably had better help around him.
Right.
Because they graduated some key seniors, and they thought that perhaps that was going to be the year that they made their run. They've made several trips to Bankers Life Fieldhouse over the year, but ran into Andrean last year, and that was kind of the end of the line, for that Westview team. Now can they make it back? Andrean is not as good as they were, but the obvious change is Blackhawk comes up from 1A, and again, the issue that I think there's so many good teams in 2A, and Westview and Prairie Heights and Central Noble all qualify as being really good teams in 2A, but once you get past each other, do you have anything for Caleb First and Blackhawk?
Well, I'll just say this, being maybe a little biased because I see the Wabash County team so much.
Right.
Wabash sits there with a 6'9" kid that play in the post, and they're really good. They're slashers. They're very athletic. This is going to be exciting times in this section.
And honestly, Wabash might be the team of Annie that matches up the best with Fort Wayne Blackhawk.
I talked to Coach about this last night before the game, and they're under the radar, and he said with a smile, that's okay.
The Apaches were a bigger story last year because they broke that sectional drought, because they had not won a boys basketball sectional in 52 years. So that is a look back at what I thought were 4 fantastic games around the state of Indiana. We'll kind of quickly go through. I don't think it's as good of a slate, and that's kind of not surprising. You get to the final 2 weekends of the year. Teams are kind of trying to maybe take it a little bit easier as you get to the upcoming postseason term of the second season. A couple of games for conference championships that catch my attention. In 4A, there's one matchup of ranked teams this weekend, and it's for the Hoosier Crossroads Conference Championship. Talking about HSE in the front, they get a very good Brownsburg team. That's numbers 9 and 10 in 4A. They meet on Friday night.
Oh, there's no doubt that's a slobber knocker right off the bat. I mean, you get those 2 highly ranked teams. They're going to go at it, and I'm telling you, get there early.
In the smaller schools, 2A number 5 University, 1A number 1 Greenwood Christian, still undefeated. They play for the Pioneer Athletic Conference Championship. These are 2 of the better small school teams in the state.
I got to ask you, how is the pure matchup here in this chess match?
Greenwood Christian is big. They are talented. And, of course, their claim to fame this year is beating Center Grove to win the Johnson County Championship, a 1A team winning a county tournament that features 4 4A schools. Huge moment for that team. You almost wonder if potentially winning a state championship might be secondary after you win the Johnson County Championship. Yet for GCA, there are 4 or 5, I think, outstanding teams at the 1A level, and they all kind of don't see each other until about the semi-state. So Greenwood, Bar Reeve in the South, Central Catholic, Covington would have something to say about that, having beat them early in the regular season. But also Gary 21st Century, who beat Cathedral last Saturday. Again, those 4 teams will not see any of the others until the semi-state shapes up for a really interesting final couple of weeks in the 1A tournament.
We know about Lafayette Central Catholic, and a few years ago we knew about 21st. Well, right now they're coming back strong, and they're really playing some good basketball.
Other games to mention quickly, big game in 3A in the southwest part of the state. Again, this could be a potential regional preview. Sullivan and Evansville Bosse. The Golden Arrows are number 7 in 3A. They won the Western Indiana Conference Championship. Evansville Bosse has Kieron Powell, likely Indiana All-Star, that's going to play at the University of Houston. Also, the game that I'll have on Friday night, Lawrence North and Pike. Of course, the Wildcats are number 2 and have lost just 1 time all season long. That'll do it for us. For the Baz, Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for joining us. Lauren, back to you.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to download the new free State Champs app. Sectional draw this weekend. Let us know some of the games you want to see here on the show. Talk to State Champs Indiana on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. We want to hear from you. We'll see you next week. State Champs Hangtime is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.